Okay, Wednesday evening. It is about 20 till 10 Eastern Time. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onig. This is Weather Overtime, our live video weather blog coming to you on Facebook. If everything works properly and we have no gremlins in the system, we will be on Tumblr here at about the top of the hour, so stay tuned for more on that. Questions, concerns, ideas, put them in the comments section. Would love to know what you're looking at for right now. We've got a lot to talk about for tonight. We have a possible tropical situation, not a hurricane, not a tropical storm, but again, the potential of some tropical activity coming our way as we get into the next day or two. It's toward about the holiday weekend. Warm for us, and again, the possibility of some thunderstorms taking place, but really not much more than that at this time. We do have, again, the potential for the hurricane season coming up to be an intense one, but maybe not quite so much. We'll talk about tomorrow, that's Thursday's meeting from NOAA that'll have their video forecast coming up, talking a little bit more about the season, which may or may not be affected by the El Nino situation in the Pacific. And we'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit. Again, questions, concerns, ideas, keep track of everything at wdef.com/weather. Let's go ahead and jump on into it and show you what's going on with the almanac page. Yesterday we were about 3 degrees below normal, and today we were about 2 degrees below normal, so we should be about 83. Today we hit 81. We're very close to the low temperature. We need some more rainfall, an inch behind for the month and almost an inch and 2/3 behind for the entire year. Nowhere close to our record high or our record low. That one hasn't been broken since 1892, so that's been quite some time since we've seen anything in the way of much colder weather taking place in this area of the country. Thanking Lawrence Miller for a very nice view of Stringer's Ridge looking north from White Oak Park in and around the Red Bank area. Thank you very much for that one. That's our West Shore home weather window picture of the day. No matter where you're from, if you've got a weather picture, we'd love to show it and show other people what you're looking at through the camera lens, but we can't show them if you don't send them. You kind of see the problem we're working with here. So if you've got pictures, give us an idea as to where you were, city, state, country. My son was in Amsterdam not too long ago, and he sent back some great pictures of one of the botanic gardens there. Again, if you have anything from overseas, that's great. Just give us an ideas for location purposes. If you want to remain anonymous, that's fine. You can post them to the comments section on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or you can just email them to us at pictures@wdef.com. Some spectacular photography out there over the last few months, and thanks to everybody who has sent in a little bit more about what you've been seeing out there. So thank you very much for all of that. Lee Point, looking back towards sunset. I'm hoping to get a time lapse of earlier tonight. We'll see if we can get that taken care of here in just a little bit. Downtown, a little bit more on the hazy side, and that's really showing up with the lights of Finley Stadium lit up, and a lot of that haze is due to some wildfires, but not on a local level, so that's something to take a look at. We'll show you that in the maps in just a little while. And travel tonight, not much of a problem. 2475 junction from CHI Memorial Stadium camera, not showing anything in the way of problems for travelers out this way. So looking pretty good for there. Right before the top of the hour, temperatures back in the mid-70s. Winds out of the northeast have kept the air a little drier, so it's a little bit more comfortable out there than what it has been. Not by much, but we'll take what we can get. You would think that at this time of the year, and especially with occasional wildfires out there, that we would see more potential of haze coming in from more of a local level. And for the rest of the forecast period, there are going to be some localized wildfires from areas of the southeast United States, depending on which direction the wind is blowing. And as of right now, there's just not that much going on where it comes to anything in the way of major problems. But what we are seeing is, again, a higher concentration of wildfire smoke out there. Some of it is local, yes, but a lot of it is coming in from Canada, still being blown southward by that next cold front coming on through. So we do have a good amount of haze in the atmosphere thanks to all of this going on, and a lot of these fires up in Alberta, portions of western Canada, are still burning out of control. So until those get under control, control, with better weather, or with the firefighting efforts going on, we're going to continue to see a lot more in the way of smoke out there. Some of it might get blown off to the east, but a lot of that might make its way into our area every once in a while. So be prepared for the potential of more wildfire smoke. Doesn't look like, again, a local major issue for lung ailments and things of that nature, but it is going to be a bit of a problem where visibility is concerned. So I would not be surprised to see more of this stuff heading our way if the conditions are correct. So that could be, again, just a bit of an issue out there. We'll keep our eyes on that, so keep it tuned to News 12 for more. We've got the cold front on the way. We've got this area of low pressure down to our south. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. Cold front dropping in from the northeast. That's helping to, again, dry out the air, but that's also helping to escort in some of that smoke just a few hundred to a couple of thousand feet above the surface. Back to the west of us, we do not have much in the way of any storm systems that are going to be causing us any problems. So for right now, things are decently quiet. So we don't see much of a problem into tonight or the next day or so. Now, over the next several days, we may see some changes taking place. Getting into very early tomorrow morning, comfortable, cool, dry, at least where we see, again, less in the way of cloud cover out there. So mid to upper 50s, could be some lower 50s out there in parts of the higher elevations. So something to watch out there if any of the kids still have school. A lot of schools already closing up shop for the semester. Mild tomorrow, got a lot of cloud cover out there, but again, not much showing in the way of major problems with visibility. Friday morning, starting off again cool, not quite as cool as it has been. And then Friday afternoon, we start to see the potential of some more showers and thunderstorms coming on through, and temperatures should be in range of normal, close to it anyway. But the problem we've got is, again, the potential of more of those showers and thunderstorms and more cloud cover out there. So what we're going to be seeing is the clouds and the haze filtering out some of the sunshine, so it may wind up being a little bit less warm, and that trend will continue into around the 7-day forecast. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and bring that up for you and show you more about what we've got going on. The clouds and the haze, again, starting off on the very warm side, above normal for Thursday, but the numbers tumble a little bit with the extra clouds and the chances of rainfall. So we will see, with that front in the area, giving us, again, some nicer numbers just below normal. But that's going to change as we go into next week, as we see mid to upper 80s. First couple of days of meteorological summer starting next week. Around the area of next Thursday, as a matter of fact, meteorological summer starts off. Whole explanation behind that. We'll tackle more about that tomorrow. But the main thing is going to be the potential is going to be out there for showers and thunderstorms basically each and every single day for the foreseeable future into possibly the first weekend of June. That, again, is not going to be a weekend washout, so that's good. But with lightning out there, it's time to have a plan B for indoors again. And again, it may sound like a stupid poem, but if it saves lives, I'm all for it. Remember, when thunder roars, go indoors. That, again, is going to be one of the best things you can possibly do, because of the fact that if you're outdoors with lightning around, if you can see lightning or hear thunder, you are within range of getting struck. So please consider that for your outdoor activities in the next several days. And that includes things like, again, vacation, Bible school, summer camps, outdoor graduation ceremonies especially. That's a lot of people to get back indoors again. Sporting events especially. Again, really need to keep an eye on what's going on with lightning out there. Again, that's going to be an imperative going through the summer months. Lightning Safety Awareness Week will be coming up in the next few weeks. We'll bring you more information about that as much as we can, but expecting some much warmer weather toward the end of the next week, maybe some 90s out there. So again, that could be just a bit of an issue, again, going into the next several days. All right, now we mentioned this just a minute or two ago, area of low pressure down across the Gulf of Mexico. This is the way this is shaking out as this storm system gets a little bit stronger. It's going to be moving over some very warm waters of the western Atlantic. And this is where we could see, again, the development right along the coast of the United States. The National Hurricane Center, this system is on its radar, so to speak, because, again, it may be developing stronger. It does not look like a hurricane or a tropical storm is developing. But remember, again, with low pressure in the northern hemisphere, that rotates counterclockwise. So as this moves up along the coast, it's a good possibility that with high pressure back to the north, we may see more moisture being pushed on shore, and that could cause some more problems, especially east of the viewing area. That is where we could wind up with a lot of problems. Matter of fact, going into the extended forecast about Sunday into Monday, we really start to see the chances of rain pick up from the Carolinas and the coast back to our direction. Now, again, this is not a washout, and we're on the western end of this over here, so whether or not we pick up anything substantial out of this, again, is a little bit iffy because we're so far away for now. But if this system does manage to pick up, again, a little bit more oomph, we may see a lot more moisture coming our direction. But anything south, I would say, of Chesapeake Bay all the way down to about Savannah, if you're heading that direction for the holiday weekend coming up, I would really watch this, because you may be stuck indoors instead of being on the beach with all the chances of rain and some thunderstorms coming on through. It doesn't look like much, and in fact, it really isn't, but there is that possibility out there. For the chances of thunderstorms back to our west for tonight, into Thursday, we may see more activity coming our way through the Appalachians, and on Friday, that chance gets a little bit closer to us, right into the Tennessee Valley, and that is where we could see, again, some isolated thunderstorms. Now notice, this is not severe weather we're talking about. This is, again, just generic, everyday type thunderstorms. No severe weather is being forecast for right now. If it is, we'll keep our eyes on that, so keep it tuned to News 12, and we'll let you know more about what may be heading our direction. Speaking of heading our direction and looking over the horizon, this is going to be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow. We're coming to you on Wednesday night, Thursday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that's the agency from the government under the U.S. Department of Commerce that houses the National Weather Service, and this is where we start to see, again, what the prime scientists, meteorologists, statisticians, mathematicians looking at the potential of what's coming up for the hurricane season, which starts next week, tomorrow, Thursday, June 1st. So we're coming up on another hurricane season, and this is where things could get really interesting, because El Nino, the warming of the waters off the South American coast, that big dome of warm air can alter air currents and therefore can change patterns of hurricane season half a world away. So that is in play right now to see what goes on. We also have a very warm surface of the ocean over the Atlantic, which means storms could theoretically form much sooner and become much stronger. How much does El Nino factor into that? Right now, it's, again, a little iffy to say on that, but that's going to be interesting to pick up on that from what NOAA says. You can watch along with the press conference. That's, again, tomorrow, Thursday at 11 a.m., and it should be, again, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the head forecasters have to say about this. Now, there will be more information about this on our website. I'll be posting that a little later, wdef.com, but you can get to the press conference and listen along with what is happening. Their Twitter site and also their other websites are up and going, but NOAA, NOAA.gov is where you want to go to find out more about this hurricane outlook announcement. They'll change more about this depending on what happens. They'll update us about mid-season or so as we go toward about August and September, but now it's kind of interesting to see what the forecast is going to hold, and we're going to be watching this with a lot of interest as we get into tomorrow, so definitely want to stay tuned for more on that. If you'd like to have us in your classroom with school coming to an end, Vacation Bible School, summer camps out there, you might want some weather safety, give us a buzz. Go to the Food City Weather in the Classroom page at wdef.com/weather. Give us your contact information, grade level, subject specification if there's something special you want us to talk about, communications, talking about, again, weather safety for younger kids, things like that. let us know, and we'll be glad to see what we can do to tailor a presentation for you to keep you updated on what is going on out there so everybody can stay safe and calm and protected from severe weather. Like to follow me on social media. I'm out there all over the place. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and a lot of other places. Hit me up for a game of chess at lichess.org or chess.com. My handle is my amateur radio, call sign if you'd like to keep up to date there. That's KG4GKE for more on that. Once again, decently quiet for tonight. We're seeing less in the way of challenges for anything immediate, but we will be seeing the potential for more thunderstorms over the next several days, and that could be a bit of an issue. We'll be up here on Tumblr, hopefully here in just a little bit. We try to get on there about 10 o'clock in the evening, and you can follow me on Tumblr at meteorologist Austin L. Onek on Tumblr for more information about that. But mainly, again, you can follow along with more details at wdef.com/weather, which is where we'll be posting the recorded version of this exclusive video weather blog coming up in just a little while. Again, want to contact me, aonic at wdef.com, or go to wdef.com/weather and click on the contact us or the news team link, and you can find more about how you can contact me. Give us an idea what you like, what you don't like about this. If there's something more you want to see on here to make it more interesting, less of something, complaining about what I'm doing right or wrong, hey, hit me up. Go ahead and send us some information. Would love to know more about what you think about this and to have you along for the ride. Really appreciate you tuning in for this evening. Chip Chapman has your forecast bright and early tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. And, of course, I'll have more details coming up tomorrow night about what happened with NOAA's hurricane conference, so definitely want to stay tuned there. And Chip is on the air, I should mention, bright and early at 5 a.m. Thursday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onek. This has been Live Weather Time on Facebook. Stay tuned for more with News 12 on air and online, and stay tuned for more coming up tonight on News 12 at 11 for a complete live update of your forecast. Thanks for joining us.